15 Things You Didn't Know About GQ. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello there, Aluxers, and thank you for once again joining us for another fun fact-filled video. Here at Alux, our key commitment is making sure that you get all of the necessary insights and knowledge into the people, brands, destinations, and products that make up the lives of the world's elite. We've taken you into the lives of the world's billionaires, the places they like to spend time, and the expensive toys that they like to buy. But what about the publications that they like to read? Today's video is going to be about one such publication, the world-famous GQ magazine, formerly known as Gentleman's Quarterly. GQ is an international men's magazine, published monthly and based in New York City. The magazine focuses on style and fashion with modern men's culture, and also features more wide-reaching articles on topics like books, music, sex, fitness, sports, food, travel, and cinema. With an estimated circulation of approximately 930,000 copies, it is safe to say that GQ is still very much at the top of the magazine game. And with no further ado, here are the 15 things you didn't know about GQ. Number 1. GQ is published by Conde Nast. Conde Nast is one of the world's biggest names in publishing, but it is merely a subsidiary of the mass media group, Advanced Publications. With an estimated net worth of $8 billion, Advanced Publications is one of the largest privately owned companies in the USA. The current co-owner, Donald Newhouse, has a personal net worth of $12 billion. Number 2. The head of Conde Nast is Donald Newhouse's brother, Samuel Newhouse, Jr. Samuel Newhouse is the co-owner of Advanced Publications with his brother Donald, but he currently heads up Conde Nast. His personal fortune is reported to be $13.1 billion. Art News lists him in the top 200 art collectors in the world. Among his extensive private collection is Jackson Pollock's No. 5, one of his famous drip paintings. Number 3. GQ is published in 22 countries. The countries are Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Portugal, Romania, Russia, South Africa, South Korea, Spain, Taiwan, Thailand, Turkey, the United Kingdom, and the United States. And there is also a Latin American edition. What might come as a surprise to you is the biggest circulation is not in the United States. The US edition saw circulation of 95,000 in 2016. The UK edition surpassed that by a long way, with 116,000 purchased copies. Number 4. GQ attracts an affluent readership. When the magazine published details of its US readership with data taken from its own polls, it reported that 73% of the total 609,238 subscribing readers were men. Of these, 63% were single. GQ also reported that 65% of readers earned an annual income of $50,000, while 35% enjoyed incomes of more than $75,000. Number 5. GQ gave us an insight into how much money child TV stars are making these days. In April of 2016, GQ magazine ran a story that featured 8 children in the entertainment industry, who they summarized probably make much more money than we do. Intent on bringing you all of the news about society's elite, we at Alux particularly enjoyed the article that featured the likes of 8-year-old Aubrey Anderson, Iman's Lillian Modern Family, who is said to already have a net worth of $1 million, 17-year-old Isaac Hempstead Wright, Bran Stark in Game of Thrones, who's racked up a kitty of $7 million, and 12-year-old Quavenzana Wallace of Beasts of the Southern Wild fame, who is worth $3 million. If those stats aren't inspiration for us adults, then we don't know what is. Number 6. The Men of the Year special is one of the most anticipated issues. One of GQ's most famous features is their Men of the Year special that warrants a dedicated issue every year. First started in 1996, the Men of the Year issue celebrates male figures in the public eye who have made a particular impact that given year. The 2016 issue was sponsored by Hugo Boss and featured over 400 men from all areas of public life, including film, sport, music, literature, politics, and television. Among the honorees were Simon Pegg, Michael Caine, Patrick Stewart, Nile Rodgers, and Elton John, all for quality. However, there is always room for women to be celebrated in the issue, with 2016 paying particular homage to Amy Schumer. Number 7. GQ is responsible in the rise in metrosexuality. Things like pop culture, fashion, shopping, and general lifestyle concerns has become synonymous with GQ magazine and its vision. Mark Simpson, a writer for British newspaper The Independent, first coined the term after visiting a GQ exhibition in London, writing the promotion of metrosexuality was left to men's style press. Magazines such as The Face, GQ, Esquire, they pursued other young men to study them with a mixture of envy and desire. Number 8. The most celebrated covers feature women. Being featured on the cover of GQ magazine is considered to be one of the highest profile honors in the celebrity world, alongside making the front page of the likes of Vogue and Vanity Fair. Both men and women are regularly featured on each month's new cover, and some have even transcended the readership to become works of art in their own right. It is generally considered that the best GQ cover in history is Adriana Lima's 2006 beach photo shoot cover, with the other iconic examples being Kate Upton in 2012, Katy Perry in 2014, and Olivia Wilde in 2011. This, however, leads us nicely into fact number 9. GQ has been accused of sexism. We have already mentioned that the most celebrated covers are those that feature women. This is not a bad thing for a magazine aimed at males. However, it has been most noticeable that there is a distinct lack of clothing on the female covers compared to the men. There are issues dedicated to the sexiest women in the world, with semi-clad or semi-nude beauties gracing the cover, and internal pages where they might be shot with even less clothing. In contrast, the issues dedicated to the men of the year, the guys are fully dressed. Number 10. The record-breaking issue was the 10th annual edition of Love, Sex, and Madness. In today's pop culture, it's fair to say that you can't get much more high profile than Kim Kardashian. Wherever Kim goes, publicity follows, and this was certainly the case in June of 2016, when the reality star's cover and feature for the special 10th anniversary edition of the Love, Sex, and Madness broke all online traffic records. Appearing semi-clad on the cover, Kim gave a revealing interview that covered controversial subjects like her marriage to Kanye West, their famous spat with Taylor Swift, and even some of her memories of the O.J. Simpson saga. If you want to know more about Kim and the extravagant relationship she has with Kanye, why not check out our dedicated video about the power couple. Number 11. Melania Trump appeared naked on a GQ cover. The now First Lady of the United States was used in a GQ photo shoot to show off the wealth of her then boyfriend, now husband and President of the United States Donald Trump. There were various poses of her naked aboard the Trump private jet, which has 24-karat gold sinks and seatbelt clasps and suede ceilings. The cover for the January 2000 edition of the British GQ shows Melania handcuffed to a briefcase while laying naked on a fur rug, wearing just a diamond-encrusted choker and matching cuff bracelets in the cabin of the converted Boeing 757. Number 12. Andrija Pejic was GQ's first transgender cover model. And still on the subject of covers, GQ made some history of its own in 2017 when it featured Australian supermodel Andrija Pejic in the cover of its Portugal edition. This occasion marked the very first in the magazine's history in which a transgender model has featured on the cover. And this follows Pejic's Female Model of the Year award that GQ awarded her in 2016. The beautiful cover opened up a whole new world of possibility for the many talented transgender models in the industry. Number 13. The magazine caused controversy, all due to the family-friendly show Glee. In 2010, GQ became embroiled in a controversy about a photo shoot that it published featuring then Glee stars Deanna Agron, Leah Michele, and the late Corey Monteith. The cause of the controversy was in the way that the female stars in particular had been highly sexualized. This caused concern from the parents whose children watch Glee, a show targeted at a younger audience. Though complaints were made, GQ decided to stick with their initial vision and the photos were published without changes. Number 14. A graduate once fashioned his CV like GQ. In an interesting story from June of 2016, an Indian graduate student named Samuku Mehta, eager for an exciting career, transformed his CV into what looks like the cover of GQ magazine, complete with a feature article in which he displayed all of his professional qualities and experience. Impressed by his creativity and imagination, companies saw the potential in Sumuk, and the 21-year-old was rewarded with a business internship in London beginning in 2017. The story shows the power and influence that GQ or even the traditional GQ aesthetic can have. Number 15. The magazine publishes its best dressed man in the world list every year. GQ does an annual roundup of who they believe to be the best dressed men in the world, and coming top of the pile in 2017 was Canadian rap superstar Drake. GQ praised Drake's bold choice of a wool turtleneck in his video for Hotline Bling, regarding it as a significant cultural moment. Not many people would have been able to style out that turtleneck and dad dancing like Drake. Other stylish men featured in the top 10 included Eddie Redmayne, Luke Evans, Conor McGregor, Tom Hiddleston, and chat show host James Corden. Thank you for joining us, Aluxers. We hope you have enjoyed our brief glimpse in the world of GQ. Do you subscribe to the magazine? Do you have a famous cover from its long history? Let us know in the comments. And here is one last bonus fact as a reward for staying with us all the way until the end. Number 16. The GQ Watch and Jewelry Guide is GQ's biggest supplement. The British GQ magazine features more than 100 watches each year, and thanks to its success, now owns the majority share of watch advertising in the UK, men's lifestyle market. According to British GQ, if there is one watch you need to be on trend in 2017, it's the latest offering from A. Lang & Son, coming in at a cool $84,000. The Richard Lang Jumping Seconds design has taken the accessory world by storm, with only 100 being made. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on social media or ask us questions on our website at Alux.com. Thank you for being an Aluxer.